So basically it means I'll just read it, right? Welcome to a vast cultivation sandbox inspired by the iconic stories like Marshall Peak, Immortal's Journey to Immortality, with a mortal frail body. Through willpower, battle, and wisdom, forge your own legends across spirit realm, chaotic sectors, and mythical lands. Your journey begins in the mortal realm. Start your path in the body refining realm, training under waterfalls, lifting boulders, or mastering the breath of ki. Every step forward brings you closer to spiritual enlightenment or destruction. A world of endless possibilities, right? And these are the different progression paths you could take when you get into the game. So you could either be a lone cultivator, means walk the path alone, mastering forbidden arts and hidden techniques. It basically means you'll be playing by yourself. That's if you don't have no friends, you don't want to join like a clan, none of that stuff, you just want to play alone. Sect leader, recruit disciples, build your sect from scratch and dominate other faction. This one basically means you're gonna be making your own clan, like fighting for territories, that type of stuff. Kingdom founder, expand from a small village to a sprawling empire with armies, cultivation armies, and trade collect. Basically means you're gonna be making your own kingdom, right? All of like some of these stuff will be later on in the game. These won't be on release, like more advanced stuff. Rogue demon or heavenly saint, let your karma guide your fate. Be beard as a demonic or worship as. Alright, so this is tied to the karma system. Basically means you're either gonna be a Buddha or a demon, and you're gonna your strength will be determined by karma. This will also be explained later on as I get to the karma system, which is on the 4th page, but let's go. This is gonna be the core features of the game, meaning some of the most important stuff you'll be doing in the game, right? So we have the cultivation system. It's basically like levels, but we're not using levels, we're using an actual system with different levels. So the breakthrough stages start from body refining, key refining, foundation establishment, golden core, and nascent soul. Well, I just put NBN, right? Face key deviation, tribulation lightning, inner demon challenge. These will be like mini games and stuff, so make it more in-depth, immersive. You'll be able to meditate, train, pill craft, or fight to increase your power, meaning you don't have to like, it's not like these other games where you just sit for like 6 hours AFK. Now you could like train like combat, you could do like the subclasses to get XP, you could fight, you could like grip people to get XP. Open world exploration, right? Discover ancient ruins, secret realms, beast spirit territories, cousins, and more. Meaning there will be a huge world for you to explore with different zones to unlock, moves you could find, secret techniques, that type of stuff. Combat and duels, master powerful martial arts, flying sword techniques, and spiritual domains. Dueling arena, engage in open world PvP and full scale war. What this means is, like around the world there'll be like arena stages. You could do PvP, you could do like wager, you could like wager an item and you could like fight for it. So let's say like you have like a legendary item and you want to get my legendary but I want yours, we could like wager for it and 1v1. There'll be like full scale war, meaning like server wide event, and I have it here somewhere, server event. So yeah, here it is, huge in-game event. So yeah, I'll go to those with the full scale war soon. It's gonna be a long video, like just information on the game. Alchemy and forging, right? This is subclasses, right? There's gonna be more, but just want to start basic for now. Alchemy, you could craft pills, elixirs, and legendary spirit weapons. This is forging. Collect beast cores, rare herbs, and ancient materials. Excuse me for the coughing, I'm kinda sick right now. Create or join sects with ranking, internal politics, and unique techniques. Alright, so this basically mean like, and also show you how the technique system work. It's kind of like different. So let's say you have your own kingdom, you could invite other players. They have like rankings inside. There'll be like internal politics for like who's gonna get this position, because you get like different pay, benefit, that type of stuff. You could have like unique techniques, like say like my faction owns like a really good PvP technique, this guy has a good PvE technique, that type of stuff. Conquer land, build cities, wage wars. All of this will be explained in the territory capture system. Shows you how to capture land and all that stuff. And this was about the karma and rebirth system, right? Alright, so karma affects your fate. Good deeds bring allies, evil part brings power at a cost. Meaning, even if you get bad karma, you could still be strong, but at a cost. Choose rebirth with bonuses. Alright, and what this means is, no, the game is not permanent. There will be events where you will get wiped, but it's a choice. You could choose not to do it. No one is forcing you to like do the permanent event. Play your way, whether you're alone. Oh, this was just alright. So coming soon, Ascension, Team Motor Rams. Yeah, this is what I mean. Like, these stuff isn't in the, they won't be on release and stuff. Customizable sex city building, clan wars and world boss events, crossover tournaments, legendary flying monks and pets. The heavens do not favor anyone, only the strong rise. Next, onto the cultivation system. So this is the lifespan system and the realm system, right? I haven't like got everything down, but this is just like a overview. I have a more in-depth one somewhere, but let's go through this. Alright, so realm breakthrough with lifespan. Each realm has 4 subcategories, right? Early, mid, late, and peak. You must break through before your lifespan runs out or face death and rebirth. Meaning there's a chance to die, but I'm gonna be honest, when I'm making a game, I'm gonna make it so it's basically impossible for you to die from lack of lifespan. You have to like stop playing the game for like months to even die without like anything. And I still haven't like figured out like what ratio I want to do, like really is like how many minutes or like hours in IRL would be like a year in game. So if y'all have any idea, you can drop that in the comment. You're still immortal. Your body can be tempered, but it's weak against time. Gameplay focus, physical trails, basic cultivation and hunting wild beasts. At this stage, you're still immortal. Like, you're not that strong. You could like do like physical training. You'll still be hunting and stuff. Key refining. Your key circulation slows aging but not forever, right? Energy guardian, spirit beast, basic alchemy. So this is your entrance to immortality. Is where you basically start to learn like different skills, where you learn to learn techniques, that type of stuff. Foundation establishment. Your medians are stable, your soul is strong, and you feel like the flow of time is less. You'll be able to learn like more sub defensive formations. This is a part of a subclass. Sec ranks, flying sword. You'll unlock flying sword. This flying step movement, territory grinding, core formation. 500 years. You've formed a spiritual core. You are no longer aged like mortals. Gameplay focus, spiritual domain laws, faction power, small set control. And when I say spiritual domain and laws, there's like stuff for that later on. The Nasian soul realm lifespan 1,000 to 5,000 years, and you see why I put 1,000 to 5,000 is because based on what technique you're practicing, you might have more lifespan than others, you might have less. Same with these. And your soul is independent and can survive outside of your body, meaning like even if you were to like get killed in like, let's say you do a permadeath event and you die, you'll be able to like separate your soul from your body, and you could like find another body to replace it and stuff, but that's later on stuff. Gameplay focus, soul skill, mind attacks, high tier pill crafting, many realms unlock, right? This is where you like really start to get strong in game. The spirit severing realm, 1,000 to 10,000 years. You become to detach from humanity and sever all worldly attachment. Moral path choices, rare events, rebirth, initiation, elite wars. This is basically where you're like pretty strong. Ascension realm, like I said, I'm missing some of the realms, so this is not gonna be the end, right? Immortal, until tribulation or external death. You've escaped death's grip, but heavenly laws still seek to test you. World bosses, realm jumping, spirit beast taming, leading immortal sect or kingdoms. Alright, lifetime mechanic in game. So this is how it works. Tell me if it's good or if it's bad, if it needs like change and stuff like that. Alright. Time passes slowly by default, but activities like training, meditation or cultivation speeds it up. Your age is tracked and disciplined. Lifespan drain. Certain techniques and forbidden arts reduces your life faster. Key deviation, poison and failed breakthroughs also lower lifespan. Life extension pills and artifacts. You can extend your life slightly but are expensive or rare. Some can be looted from bosses or crafted at high tiers. Rebirth system. If you die naturally or by force, you may reincarnate with karma-based bonuses or curses. Your legacy can still be passed on. Manual skills, even sex if you manage well. Alright, so what this means is, let's say you have like a huge sect or like a huge clan and you die. When you reincarnate, you'll be able to, like, your clan will still be there, like you just personally died. You'll still be able to have like all your resources and stuff that you stored in your vault. But the only thing that you lose is everything on your inventory. So reboot, this is how the reboot works. Alright, when lifespan hits zeros, player dies and see karma summary screen. Choose to reboot, re-roll with bonuses, or respawn as a new. Bonuses scale with the realm reach, your karma rating, whether it be good or evil, the items you left behind. So everything will be like a rating, and your rating will add up to a certain amount of points, and you could like put it in some stuff. Alright, so the reboot grants you faster XP gain in early stages, chances to remember one skill or technique from the past life, title or mark. So you'll be able to have like, if you reach like the Ascension soul, you have this past life scene. You have like your titles and stuff. This is the, well, I just showed this one, right? So we're on the karma mechanic. So this is how karma works, right? So karma is an invisible force that tracks your moral alignment based on your actions in the world. It influences how NPCs and factions treat you, what techniques or sects you can access, what rebirth bonuses you receive, how tribulation and breakthrough event plays out. So this is how it works. This is not like concrete, but so let's say let's just do divine, heaven's chosen. You have like loved by the sex, protected by immortal. You have to like do a lot of good deeds. You can't be killing NPCs. You have to help them out. Righteous, welcome by tongues and easier cultivation. This is just neutral. This is like treated normally, right? Feared by villagers, some sect hostile. Hunted by the righteous sect, unlocked for the forbidden parts. You have to like be killing everyone you see, destroying cities. Okay, so this is just like an example of how it would, like, if you save NPC from bandits, 50 plus karma. Donate spirit stones to a village, 30 to 100 dependent. Defeat demonic cultivators, heal allies, revive players, refuse to kill weak enemies, kill innocent NPCs, you know what I mean? That's basically how it works. High karma, NPCs offer rare quests, discounts and life extending gifts. Low karma, some shop refuse service, bounty hunters chase you, and evil sects offer you for hidden techniques. So you also have like perks, and you also have your like stuff. Alright, so cultivation effects. Easier breakthroughs, reduce tribulation damage. Evil karma, access to demonic arts, soul techniques, and faster XP, but tribulations are more violent. Rebirth effect. In your next life, spawn with 1+ realm boost or minor talent perk. Rebirth as a cursed child or hunted reincarnator, but stronger demonic affinity. So each one of them have their own perks according to what part you're gonna take in game. So this is giving you an example. You save a village from a beast invasion, get invited into a righteous sect and receive a unique light based technique. You kill a sect elder and absorb his core. Now you're labeled as a demon spawn, and NPC guards attacked you on sight, but you unlock the soldier and palm technique. So there's like different stuff. So we want a sub-profession mechanic. Alright, so how professions work? This is gonna be changeable at the year. Players can choose one profession, can choose more at your own risk to specialize in. And when I mean that, I mean like you could choose more than one, but it's gonna take up a lot of time to like do the quest, find the materials, all of that stuff. So it's at your own risk. So professions are trainable with tiers like novice, adept, master, grandmaster. Mastery unlocks unique crafting abilities, quests, spirit recipes, and market power. You gain XP in a profession by doing crafting, using skills, experimenting, etc. The core professions and alchemist, true herbs and fire life can be extended or ended. The main role of an alchemist is to craft pill, poison, and elixirs. Gameplay mechanic: gather herbs or bee scores, use a pill furnace to combine ingredients. And I wanted to start doing alchemist so we could be on release. So yeah, we're kind of working on this one right now. I already had the modeler make one of the cubicle or alchemist pot and stuff. Alright, so it's gonna be a fire control mini game. So let's say you have a recipe, right? And the recipe takes 1 minute to do. So while you're at the doing a mini game, right, you'll have to be looking at the recipe and it say like, add this ingredient first, add half of this ingredient, then stir for 10 seconds, add another ingredient, you know what I mean? So you'll have like to do it as you see it on the ingredients on the list, and yeah, it's kind of like a little mini game. Alright, so higher tier pills, higher success rate, longer life. So these are like stuff you could craft: key boosting pill, tribulation resistant, body recovery pill, life extending pills, karma altering poisons. Means like if you have like really bad karma, there's like a way to like reset it. Talisman engraver, right? So a single brushstroke can tear through the world. Main role: cured paper talisman that grants temporary buffs or spells. You could just say this is like buffs. So how it used: you use talisman paper plus ink plus spirit energy to draw stroke patterns correctly. To fail too much time is basically like, you know, like how you had like the little books where you like trace stuff, kind of like that. So you'll be able to like do a mini game where you like trace the correct pattern on the paper. You could be able to craft elemental scroll, spirit shield, teleportation seal, binding talisman, like PvP, spirit beast, summon charms, that type of stuff. Weapon / artifact forger. Alright. So what you do in this one is craft spirit weapons, armor, and refining stones, right? And I forgot to put like monks also. So you'll be able to smelt ores, refine beast material, hammer rhythm minigame, hit forge zones for higher quality, add cores to embed passive effects. So let's say you make a sword and you add like a flame core from like a flame monster. They'll have like a 5-10% chance to do flame damage. It has flame resistance. You might even unlock a special skill on the weapon, right? So it shows you what you can make, like flying sword, spirit daggers, armed robe, upgrade token, spirit weapon, ships, like flying ships and stuff. Next is formation master. What you see is merely a chop of symbols, and this one is actually gonna be pretty nice because you'll be able to like play spiritual formation and terrain on battlefield. Gameplay mechanics: chose, passion, shape, circle, squared. So how this basically works is you'll be able to put down a formation where it'll be like you'll be enclosed in a certain area. You put on like flags. Let's say you put down like a sword formation. If someone steps into it, they'll be attacked by swords. If you put an illusion, the screen will be clouded. They have to like get out, that type of stuff. Strategic placement, PvP, set defense, auto heal zone, spirit energy traps, area denial, warp gates, key gathering nodes. Like this subclass would be pretty important. Let's say you want to put down like if you have like a clan, you want to protect your clan, you could put like area denial, meaning like you need to be of this clan to join, you need like a certain item to enter, that type of stuff. Beast tamer / spirit beast master. Some tame beasts, others walk beside them as equal. Tame, breed, and chain spirit beasts for battle or monks. Gameplay mechanic: use spiritual nets / beast food. Bonding process: feed, train, spar, breed beasts, and chain them or mutation. Meaning you'll be able to capture beasts, raise them, you could sell them, fight with them in battle, combat with pets, resource gathering beasts, fusion beasts. Alright, so this is gonna be changed, but I just like, it's like an example, right? Additional mechanics: marketplace, let players sell pills, talisman, or okay. So this is like stuff that will be in the game. So like when you're like a sub professional, you'll be able to like make money. Auction house, so let players sell pills, you know what I mean? And players can actually own auction houses. Guild commission, players can post jobs like need healing pills or craft me a fire set, and other players could take it, you could make the money. If your sec has a Grandmaster Alchemist, all members receive a 5% breakthrough boost. There'll be like perks and stuff for having different professions in your clan. Reputation system: mastery any profession earns fame, request, and rare opportunities. Future optional. Okay, these are like future stuff that I want to add. just like ideas and stuff. Puppet master, build fighting puppets with inserted cores. Spiritual farmer, grow herbs with spiritual soil and formation. Dream walker, enter other dreams to heal or attack the soul. Runesmith, embed runes in weapons for buffs. The territory capture system, this one I actually like this one a lot. Well, how many time are we on 20 minutes already? Alright, listen. We're not even half the way, but it's whatever. Alright, the world is rich in treasures, but only those strong enough to hold them may claim them. So system, I'll just show you, explain what it does. Alright, so the world will have resource rich zones, let's say like forests, valleys, caves, rooms containing rare minerals, herbs, spirit beasts and more. These zones can be captured, but only by surviving waves of spiritual beasts and holding a captive flag for a certain amount of time. Once captured, the area becomes your sect territory or your personal land. If you're solo, you can build a base there to harvest resources, defend it and grow strong. So what this means is there will be an item called a territory capture flag, right? It needs to be crafted. There's like different levels. There's like low level, mid level, high level, right? So low level capture flags can only capture easy, like these. See how they have like different difficulty? This is like a small resource point. You'll need like a low capture flag, and when you capture a spot, it'll like pop up on the screen like a player is trying to capture the verdant jade forest. You can go stop them. Someone could come, they could come kill you, take over your capture flag, take your like land, that type of stuff. And this is how it works. So let's say you want to capture this spot. These are the resources that this spot have. Like I'll peel it. I won't say random resources, but over time there'll be like spirit herbs growing, there'll be like wood resources, and there's 2 times key, meaning you'll, if you cultivate here, you'll basically have 2 times XP, right? Flag time, it means you have to hold the flag for 3 minutes and defend against 2 waves, and the last waves always have a boss, right? The Crimson Iron Ridge, it has all fire crystals 4 times. You need to hold it for 10 minutes, 4 waves. The Twilight Mistland, rare beast, soul grass, 6 times key. Like soul grass is gonna be a pretty rare item in the game to make like soul resistant pills to help you break through. So 6 wave PvP allowed, right? This means these are like easier stuff, right? What PvP means is that players will be able to interrupt you while capturing, like really interrupt you, like they could destroy your flag. So you have to make sure you have like a strong team, or at least you're strong enough. The Cursed Lotus Swamp, demonic stones, poison herbs, 10 times key, very hard, 30 minutes. How to capture territory. Also, yeah, so this will explain. So find an unclaimed zone unmarked on the map or glowing with the untamed energy. Zone difficulty shown via aura or floating markers, right? Place the capture flag. Requires a capture token crafted via formation or the forging profession, right? Begins a countdown and start the beast waves. Survive the monster wave. Spiritual beast attack in increasing strength. Solo or teammate must stay alive and defend the flag. Hold until the timer ends. Timer pauses if all defenders die. PvP may be activated in harder zones during the last wave. If you succeed, your sect's name will appear on the zone marker. Post capture, base building and management. One captured, you can build structures, resource nodes, spirit herbs, garden, ore mines, defensive formation, barriers, spirit turrets, teleportation, fast travel, flag beacon, reinforcement call during enemy invasion. So like I said, the resource node, meaning like when you have like, let's say this is your territory right here. Once you have a territory, inside of that territory there'll always be spirit herbs growing or ore mines, and you can like mine those, craft weapons. If you have an alchemist, you can make pills, defensive formations. You could either hire a player to come and build you like defenses for your base, spirit turrets, that's like cannons, teleportation, fast travel, right? Meaning you'll be able to set up like you know, like in Block Suit when you could teleport from like the floating island to like the floating turtle to like castle on the sea, that type, those portals. But you'll need to use spirit spirit stones to like power it, so it's not gonna be free, right? Flag beacon, reinforcement. So basically what this does is like, if you're like under attack, it will like send out a warning like your base is under attack, someone is trying to break through, like that type of stuff. Passive farming. Territory generate resources over time, yes, and this is also another very good way to make money. And I'm gonna be honest, in the game is gonna be hard to have money, meaning like a lot of stuff is gonna be expensive. Like say you want to buy like ships or like some weapons, they could cost hundreds of thousands to millions of like spirit stones. So you most likely need territory, because it generates herbs, ores, beast scores, etc. Can be stored or auto-sent to the sect world. Defend against invasion. Enemy players or sects can invade. Territory becomes under siege. Defenders get alerted to respond. If flag is destroyed, territory returns to neutral or is stolen. Strategic gameplay layers. Capture flag scaling. The better the resources, the longer the hold time. Stronger beast waves and chances of world boss spawning in final wave. Territory bonuses. Boosted cultivation speed in zone. Cheaper pill crafting if herbs are zoned are used. Hidden events. Ancient runes may appear in your territory. The tax / tribute system for sects. Your sect can charge players who farm in your zones. Place NPC guards at entrances, gain weekly tribute from base success. So what this means is, let's say I have like a really big sect zone, right? We have like so much resources and stuff. Players, like other players, could actually pay me to like come inside of my territory to farm. Let's say some guy wants to farm like flame ore, but I'm the only player that has a flame ore resource point that's pretty close, so he could pay me some money to buy some from me or to go get them himself. You'll be able to place NPC guards, basically like kind of like in, you know, in like certain games you'll be able to like place NPCs. When you like try to enter, they like stop you. If you try to force your way in, they like attack you, that type of stuff. Gain weekly tribute from basic success. I mean, every time you have your base operational without being attacked and stuff, you basically get like weekly tribute. Requirements. Can only claim 1 territory per solo player, 3 to 5 per sect depending on strength. Meaning even if you, I don't want to put a limit on it, so even if you like capture 1 sect, 2 sect, 2 spots, it's up to you. If you're strong and you could like keep them, but it's gonna cost a lot of money. Must maintain territory decay timer if you're not. It means that if you like, if you're not online, if you don't like log in to like show the system that okay, the territory is still active, it will decay over time until it just becomes invalid and other players could just go in and take it. Alright, so this is a requirement. It requires at least foundation realm or higher to place capture flag, meaning if you're weak, let's say you're in the key find, no, you need to be foundation or higher to actually use the capture flag. Kingdom system. So kingdom system is how you create your own kingdom, right? The core concept. The fate system represents the loyalty and reverence of your kingdom / dynasty commands from its subjects. Fate fuels your authority, unlock kingdom bonuses, and empower you to craft and use the king seal, the ultimate symbol of rulership. How the fate works. Crafting the king seal requires rare materials crafted by multiple profession. Weapon forge, alchemist. So this is gonna be very hard to become a king, because you'll need to create a weapon called the king seal, right? And you'll need it to be created with a weapon forger. Then you need an alchemist to input a rare material inside of the king's. Then you need to go to a talisman engraver to engrave the king's seal so it can actually work. And only players with sufficient cultivation rank, core formation or above can attempt crafting. The King Seal grant unique royal abilities, territory control bonuses, and diplomatic power. Collecting Fate. Fate is gained by NPCs and players in your kingdom or territory offering devotion. Fate points accumulate over time and can be actively increased through hosting festival events, providing protection from beast and enemy invasion, completing quests for villagers allies, building fate related structures, temples, shrines. Players can also pledge fate voluntarily or as tribute strength in your kingdom, meaning other players could join your kingdom. You could like say, oh, if you join me, I'll give you this technique, I'll give you this amount of money, join my kingdom for a couple months, and there will be contracts in game. So meaning like You say, oh, I'll pay you 100,000 spirit stones for you to join my kingdom for like 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, you know what I mean? And if you break the contract and try to leave the kingdom, you'll have to pay a price. You'll have to pay back the money, plus it'll probably take like your techniques, your cultivation, that type of stuff. So this is also a way for players to make deals without getting backstabbed or something. Fate meter displays total fate gathered by your kingdom. Higher fate unlocks kingdom upgrades such as improved resource gathering, stronger defensive formation, access to elite troops or spirit guards. Fate decays slowly if the kingdom neglects its power or fails to defend territory. The King Seal abilities. This is some of the abilities of the King Seal. Royal Decree. Issue commands that give buffs to all subjects in the kingdom. You use this in like when you're fighting and stuff. You get like 30% defense, elemental resistance, that type of stuff. Fate channeling. Convert collected fate into temporary cultivation boosts. Let's say you're in the core formation stage and you're fighting someone at a higher realm. You could like use the King Seal to like give you like a power boost, to like unleash a stronger attack, that type of stuff. Summon the Royal Guard. Call upon elite NPCs to defend your territory. You could use the King Seals to like summon like a really strong Royal Guard for like 5-10 minutes. That'll attack anyone that's like not your ally. Diplomatic immunity. Negotiate peace treaties or form alliances with other kingdoms. You will need the King Seals to actually do this, since that's the only way you'll be recognized as a king. Seal of authority. Use the seal in battles to rally troops, boosting morale and combat effectiveness. Player interactive. Subjects can give fate gifts, spirit stone, rare items to gain favor. Fate can be stolen or corrupted by rival kingdoms through espionage or sabotage mission. Kingdoms with the highest fate gain access to seasonal rewards and special events. As I said, the kingdom system will probably be like later on. It probably won't be on like release and stuff. Fate and kingdom stability. If fate fall below a critical threshold, rebellion or coups may occur. Fate influences loyalty, generals and sect leaders within the kingdom. Maintaining high fate requires balancing protection, prosperity and fairness. So this is the technique system. Spelled this wrong, but so this one is a little bit more in depth, so I'm gonna see how much I could like explain like what this does. Right, so cultivation technique. It increases cultivation speed, reduces breakthrough failure risk, enhances lifespan and energy control. So technique types. So these are the different type of techniques. Let's say you have like a foundation building technique, but it's a key circulation, right? So this is the different types of techniques you can get and what it gives you. So circulation, slightly faster key absorption, median cleansing, reduce chances of key deviation by 5%. Spiritual pulse, increases energy recovery rate. Inner core stabilization, raise breakthrough success rates. Life extension, increase, you know what I mean, that it basically just gives you like different stuff. Can craft and create techniques by mixing and matching different types. Let's say you have a core formation technique, right, and you got it from in like a secret realm. It gives you key circulation, immortal breath and life extension focus. It means it's gonna give you boosting cultivation speed, slightly faster key absorption and increase lifespan by 5%. And that's you could call it like a tier 3 manual, because it gives you 3 different special effects. If you were to have like all 9 or 10 of these, you call it like a tier 10 effect. It's gonna be like one of the strongest techniques, if you understand what I'm trying to say. Alright, so movement techniques. It increases speed and agility. Unlock advanced traversal skill like air stepping, flying, evade attacks. So this is the different stuff. It's basically similar to the cultivation technique. Increase basic movement speed by 10. Short burst dash allows a small teleportation. Spirit duration, jump higher, glide briefly. Short invisibility after dashing. Slow descent, move midair, increase speed by 30%. Temporary fly, fly freely for a limited time. You know what I mean, like different techniques. Alright, combat technique. So this is just an example. Like Each weapon type has its own progression tree with unique combos, special moves, and ultimate attacks. And this is just like showing you basic attack, 10% defense, AoE, spiritual energy, dash behind enemies, quick attack, you know what I mean? Dragon route, massive AoE. This is an example. Fast jab, this is spear. Techniques unlocked as players level up with weapon skills and complete training quests. Higher technique requires cultivation realm minimums. High cultivation techniques require foundation. Training with a sect or a master can accelerate unlock secret skills. Cultivation technique influences how fast your progression through cultivation realms is. Movement techniques enhances your survival and exploration capabilities. Combat techniques are your main way to fight mobs and other players. Highly weapon dependent. Players can specialize by focusing on one weapon type or experiment with multiple. Oh, I missed something. There's something here. Oh no, I bet. Alright, so life-bound weapons, artifact system and life-bound weapon, right? So life-bound weapons are rare artifacts that grow in power and abilities alongside the player's cultivation and experience. They are deeply tied to your character's journey, spirit, and decision. It basically means non-tradable weapon. It basically means you alone have this weapon, right? So how it works. Progression growth. Start as a basic weapon but gain levels and rank as you progress. Stats: attack, critical chance, and special effects improve. Unlock new weapon skills and passive abilities over time. My bad about that. So soul bonding. The weapon is bound to your unique player ID, cannot be traded once bound. Okay. Sorry about that. How much time are we on? 37, I bet. The weapon is bound. Okay. Bonds can be strengthened by using the weapon in combat, completing quests, or special rituals. Customization. Weapons can be imbued with spirit cores, runes, or talismans to add elemental damage or buffs. Visual appearance evolve. Sometimes they'll glow. You see like rune pattern, the change shape, you know what I mean, that type of stuff. Some life-bound weapons have special awakening quests to unlock ultimate form or abilities. Awakening may require defeating world bosses, gathering rare herbs, or making moral choices. So they're showing you an example of this. I forgot the changes, but basically just a basic weapon, simple skills, rank 2 bonded. You reach the body refining with the sword, it gives you a stat boost. You unlock 1 passive skill. Empowered, reach the keyframe, you unlock 1 active skill, improved appearance. Reach foundation, major stat boost, unlock 2 new active skills. Eternal, weapon gain unique ultimate skill and a glowing effect. Special soul synergy buffs, further skill upgrade. Can channel spirit energy for extra damage. Weapon evolves visually. Alright. Player gain experience point towards weapon by using weapons in combat. More kills equal more XP. Completing weapon specific quests or trials. Spending spiritual energy to infuse weapon periodically. Weapon XP bar is shown on HUD, separate from the player XP. Artifact features. So spirit core slots. Insert rare cores harvested from beasts to gain elemental or stat bonuses. Rune and talisman. Equip runes to grant greater effects like lifesteal, burn damage, or damage reflection. Upgrade material. Use rare ores, alchemist pills, or talisman fragments to upgrade weapon rank. Weapon skill tree. Unlock and improve weapon skills via accumulated weapon XP. An example, the Azure Dragon Blade, a lifebound. So this is an example. So base form, it's a simple sword with moderate damage. At the key refiner realms, you gain the spirit slash skill that deals AoE. Foundation, you unlock the Dragon's Breath, fire damage over time. Core, you unlock the ultimate skill, Celestial Dragon's Breath, unleashes massive spirit energy blast. Visual evolution. The sword glows blue, then turns into a dragon-shaped blade with spirit flames. Next is relic system. So this is like another core feature of the game. Alright. Alright, so each player has 3 relic slots. Offensive slot boosts damage or grants attack based abilities. Defensive slot enhances survivability or grants protective abilities. Utility slot improves movement, mobility, or utility pace. Perception, stealth, or spirit sense. Can equip 3 offenses if wanted, meaning like you don't have to like follow my example. You could use 3 offense relics. It's personal choice. Relics are powerful ancient items with passive and active abilities. They are either crafted, looted, or discovered through hidden quests and runes. Come and just show you like how they work. Well, this is basically the same thing. Alright, so players can freely equip 1 relic per slot. Equipping 2 relics of the same category, example 2 attack relics, applies a synergy penalty. Stat drops or cooldown debuff to encourage variety. I might remove this. I don't know if I'll remove it or not, meaning like say you have 2 attack buffs, you might have like a longer cooldown since you're using 2 attacks. You might do less damage, but I might remove this. So I'm gonna show you like the different rarities. So common, basic stats: on fire damage to melee attacks. Epic, void sigil, ignore attacks, ignore 10% of enemies defense. Epic, thunder fancore, grants chance to chain lightning on hit. Defense relic, stone turtle shell, passive 8% physical damage reduction. Epic, heavenly lotus, regenerates 3% HP every 10 seconds when out of combat. And if you want to like do this while in combat, you'll need a legendary or mythic. Crimson barrier, absorb 1 fatal blow every 35 seconds. So it basically means it just negates a blow every 35 seconds. Mythic, the Dragon King's barrier, 5 barriers circle players and passively block all physical attacks until destroyed, and it just regenerates after a while. Utility relics, Windwalker's feather, plus 15 movement speed, extra dash. Uncommon, Moonshadow's cloak, enter stealth for 3 seconds after dodging. Epic, the Seeker's eye, highlights nearby treasures and enemies with low HP. Relic acquisition, world drops, found in ancient ruins, beast nests, temples, or post-boss loot. Rarer relics have spawn timers, guarded by bosses or puzzle. Crafting, crafted using materials from mining, hunting, quest, and alchemy. Requires a relic core, a rare universal drop, and teamed ingredient. So in order to make any relic, you'll always need a relic core. Crafted relics may be enhanced or upgraded with alchemy or talisman stone. Events, some relics are a one-time rewards from hidden quests, riddles, or reputation ranks. Relic synergy, equipping relics from the same set or team, example the storm set, grants a bonus. 2 pieces, minor passive boost. 3 pieces, unlock the relic fusion skill. Massive temporary buff or an attack. Synergy encourages mix and match builds or a full set pursuit for advanced players. Gameplay mechanic and UI. Relic tab in the inventory UI with 3 slots clearly marked. Hovering shown details, stats, cooldowns, and synergy bonuses. Cooldowns and actives shows besides the HP, spirit bar, and combat. Visual effects, each relic equipped creates aura or model aura, glowing, embedded crystals, floating symbols. Alright, so secret realms. So what are secret realms? Secret realms are temporal rifts, hidden dimensions scattered across the world, accessible only through rifts, ancient graves, collapsed temples, or battlefield echoes. These realms are created at locations where powerful cultivators die. They linger in energy, forming a realm of trapped monsters and corrupted remnants of their power. How they work: spawn randomly across biomes, forest, desert, mountains, ruins. Visible rifts, opens in the world for a limited time, 10 to 30 minutes. Can be discovered organically or via a relic effects, maps, or NPC. Alright, so what it means is there will be a relic. It'd be like you call it like relic, you call it secret realm seeker or something like that. I'm just giving like an example. Let's say I make a relic, so kind of like, you know how GPO works with the all-seen eye, like a devil fruit has spawned at like this island, what type of fruit it is, yeah, like that. You'd have like a relic like that, or a relic has like a secret realm has spawned, and it shows you like where it is, what type of realm it is, that type of stuff. Each realm has a theme like the Frame Warped Arena of the Fallen General, Icy Grave, that type of stuff. So the entry rules, right? So limited. Alright, so only X amount of players, example, right? 10 to 15 can enter post spawn. First come, first serve, right? And this doesn't mean like, oh, how are you gonna like let 15 players in? No, there's different types of secret realms, different sizes, right? And there's realm bound by realm lives. Each player has 2 to 3 lives inside the realm depending on its danger level. You die 3 times, you get locked out, meaning you can't re-enter the like. Alright, so loot bag system. All treasures you pick up goes into a temporary loot bag. If you die before leaving, it drops or vanishes. Alright, not vanishes, it just drops. So like other players could take it up, or you can like come back. Exit portals. Spawns after clearing realm objective or surviving for a set time. Must exit alive to keep loot permanently inside the secret realm. Challenges: elite monsters guarding treasure hoards, deadly traps, puzzles, shifting terrain, cursed spirits or former cultivators. PvP enable zone. Rewards: ultra rare artifacts or relics, life-bound weapons lost from ancient players, materials for divine crafting, keywords to meditate for XP, unique relic blueprints or talismans, secret scrolls or bloodline fragments. Bloodline fragments, I'll explain them in the bloodline style. So the loot bag system, how it works. So temporary loot bag automatically stores all items found inside the realm. If you die, the bag drops for others to loot or is lost. Extract to keep. Only by leaving via the realm exit gate is loot permanently saved to your inventory. Bag wipe. If you stay too long, example 20 plus minutes, the realm collapses, you lose all items. Advanced realm mechanics. The static realms: fixed location, respawn weekly with same layout, great for group farming. So static realms, if you like find like a static realm and you build like a city around it, you could literally like have a fixed source of farming, meaning like you'll have a, let's say like it respawns like, let's say like every hour or something like that. You know like how they do like dungeons and games, and you could just keep doing it over and over and over. You could like let players pay a certain amount to like enter. Alright, there's dynamic realms. Fully customized interiors, monsters and layout. It means they'll keep changing. World boss realms. A massive server-wide rift event with bosses and hundreds of players. Might not be hundreds of players, but you never know. Alright, so these are the tiers. So lesser rift, any player. Difficulty low, lives 3. The loot quality uncommon rare. Greater realms, you need to be foundation plus. Medium difficulty 2 lives, epic or rare loot. The Emperor's Tomb, you need to be core formation. High difficulty, you have 1 life. If you die, you die. Cosmetic Echo, silver event, extreme, 1 life, unique. And I'll show you in-game event in a bit. Alright, Other Realm Compass Relic to help. Oh, here it is. That's the name I got it. The Compass Relic to help find reforming. Create guilds only realms where your second challenge realm bosses. Implement leaderboards for realm conquerors, showing top players who survive and looted the most. Oh, I forgot I added an example. So this is an example of like realms. The Ashen Warfield of the Solar Blades cultivator titled the Sunforged Warlord. Death. This is like a backstory on like how the secret realm. Betrayed in the celestial war by his closest disciple, burned himself and 10,000 soldiers alive to prevent their power from falling into enemy hands. Realm description: a flaming battlefield where ash still rains from the sky, sword remains embedded in the charred earth, some whispering with resentment. Loot found: solar edge, artifact sword, war banner of the fallen legion, relic, it boosts damage in group fight, sunfire essence, alchemy catalyst. Lady Kuan of the Frozen Orchard, Frozen Bloom Mausoleum, the Ice Saintess, froze herself after being cursed with a soul-eating poison that would have destroyed an entire region. Realm description: a glacial tomb hidden under an eternal blizzard, ice spirits and ventured flora haunts its hole. The loot found: orchard crystal tear, a healing relic, frozen key silk, material for rope crafting, dance of the petal blades, a rare movement technique. So you know what I mean, it basically just every different Secret Realm gives you different types of loot. Moti and the Demon Executioner. The Blade of Retribution. Realm description: a blood-soaked arena where each floor is a trial of justice and vengeance. Executioner's Halo Relic empowers his finishing blows. Soulbind Scabbard, life-bound weapon. Demonic Justice Manual, a dual-part combat technique. Use Mind Eye, utility relic, reveals traps and foundation does, using crafting. The Scroll of 9 Death Labyrinth, defense, you know what I mean, just basically giving an overview. Weapon intent system, right? So what is weapon intent? I want to make combat as immersive as possible, so I added this. I've seen this in a lot of like novels and stuff that I read, so I'll show you what it is. Weapon intent is the manifestation of a cultivator's deep connection with the mastery over a specific weapon type. It represents will, experience, and resonance with that weapon, so powerful that it affects reality, suppresses enemies, and enhances techniques. Weapon intent is separate from key or realm cultivators and can be only gained through intense use, understanding, and battle mastery of a weapon. Weapon progression tiers. So basic intent: the weapon feels like an extension of your body. Slight damage increase, faster draw, and sheath animation. Unlock basic in like weapon echo, spear flow, axe impact. It just means you have like faster M1s, you do like slightly more damage. The manifestation will: a visible aura appears around attack. Gain access to intent technique to your sword. So basically means you'll unlock like sword slashes, energy slashes, that type of stuff. Weaken enemies who fear or lack mastery in your weapon type. So let's say you're fighting another guy and he's a basic intent while you're using intermediate intent. Like he will have like a debuff, like 5% less damage, that type of stuff. Advanced intent: your intent suppresses weaker enemies automatically. Attacks may carry an invisible force that bypasses normal defense. You basically have an attack that basically makes you bypass certain defenses. Unlock passive traits like deflection, phantom strikes, or auto parry. Perfected intent: domain of the weapon. You can project your weapon intent into temporary weapon domain. It's kind of like I don't know if I spelled it correct, but yeah, it's whatever. But let me just do fit. No. I don't know if like people know about this, but here it is. Images. But I'm gonna just put unlimited blade woods. This, so you basically be able to like open up like a realm where like swords and stuff will just like attack on command. Only a few cultivators in history attain this. Your weapon becomes semi-sentient, acting in harmony with your thoughts. May unlock unique techniques of fusion, weapon-based breakthrough. So what this means is that your weapon has like a chance to attack on its own. And they're showing like the different one: precision, cutting energy, pressure zone, penetrating defense, raw power, cleave shockwave, shatter formations, piercing shots, guided arrow, defensive aura, disarm chance, crowd control, you know, I mean, just different stuff. Ambush multiplier, fist, shockwave punches, sight, HP drain, wide arcs, high risk, high reward risk combat. How to train weapon: use the weapon actively in combat, PvP, PvE, or duels. Master techniques tied to weapon type. Defeat stronger enemies or duel others with higher intent. Visit training grounds, spar with NPCs, masters, or seek ancient runes of weapon. Meditate with weapon to accelerate insight. When two players with different weapon intents clash, their auras collide, affecting the environment. Sword versus sparks fly, techniques cancel each other. Bow versus spear, pressure zone push one another. Can break lower rung intents. Alright, so this is the huge in-game event that I was speaking about. When the saint rise, the abyss answers and the heavens fall silent. How it works: event activation. The Saintfall era is an epic, time-limited event triggered organically by players' progression. When 10 plus players globally reach the Narcian Soul Realm and earns the Saint title, the game enters a preparation phase. A celestial message appears in the sky. The aura of the Saint pierces the firmament. The abyss awakens. After 24 hours, In game hours, the sinful era begins and runs for 1 week real time, 186 hours, so Monday to Friday, right? Or Monday to Sunday, whatever. Law and context. During the sinful era, the dimensional veil thins. The abyssal realm, ruled by the god of death, merges with the mortal plane. So it's basically you can say like a secret realm, but it's like for the whole server. Alright, who can participate? Eligible cultivation rank, golden core to Nascent soul only. Lower levels can at your own risk, meaning that there's a risk of getting wiped. So yeah, title holders. Sin gets special bonuses and unique class-wide objectives. Lower realms can support Sin by gathering rare spirit items, building defensive arrays in the overworld, offering faith or chimeric power to empower Sin. Event map. The Shattered Abyss. A unique instant open world accessible during the event. Multiple regions, Abyss Forest, the Greenwood Peaks, Bloodshed. Like these are just examples, right? Each has demonic stronghold, trap cultivator, elite bosses, loot rich vault sealed by formation puzzle, the god of death rule, death wipes. During the sinful era, players get 3 lives total inside the Abyss realm. Losing all lives result in death wiping, permanent lockout from the event until it ends. I'm wondering if they like put it to like wipe like you get wiped if you die 3 times, but deaths are tracked globally and a counter is shown. The god of death avatar appears if his sin dies too many times and may even hunt sins directly. Let's say we have like 20 sins, right? If like 10 of them die, like there's like a 50% chance that he will actually spawn and you could like actually fight him. Sin grants short bursts of invisibility and area control. Damage based on karma and intent mastery. So you see how like the karma and like the weapon intent is like coming back. Soulbound, one-time resurrection by another saint or special item. Event buffs, XP and drop boost, rare items, and I mean that type of stuff. Sinful relics. Unique soulbound items only obtainable during the event. Abyss crystals used for crafting high tier pills, armaments, teleportation. Death sigils used to unlock passive 3 stats or skill post Nascent soul, like Saint of Flame, Saint of Iron, Saint of Fate, etc. These are like the different phases. The Abyss Crux appears in the world, monster spawn, invasion, demon attacks mortal zone, player kingdoms and sect must defend territory. Saints can challenge each other for supremacy in a massive Colosseum. The god of death appears. On the final D he will appear like 100% spawn, or remaining saints can challenge him together for fame, loot and Ascension rewards. Notification. So global. So the sinful era begins. Enter the abyss and prove your worth. This is when like a saint dies, a saint has fallen, the aura has faded from the world. This is like when you get like permanently wiped, real time. And it shows him like his anger. Every time you kill one of his like generals and stuff, like it'll just go up. Next is law comprehension and domain system. So this only works at the golden core realm. Like if you don't know what the golden core realm is, I could go back and show you right here. This is the golden core realm or core formation. So players gain the ability to perceive laws via meditation, battles or relics. So you see how relics is coming back, pretty important. Beginning comprehending them through time, experience or challenges. At the Nascent soul, they can manifest a domain related to their most aligned law. So let me show you how it works. Each law is a metaphysical truth or element of the universe. Players can align with multiple but can only master one. These are like examples. The flame law, boost fire techniques, unlock fire based domains. Sword law, boost sword intent, speed up technique casting. Ice law, slows enemies, grant freezing AoEs. Lightning law, high burst damage, movement speed. Wind, agility, dodging stealth. Space, teleportation, spatial slashes, rift attack. Time, cooldown reduction, slow zones, time reversal, very rare to get. Death law, soul damage, decay debuffs. Rare ones like void, divine in future. How players learn laws. Meditation spot found in the world. Like say like when you get to the golden quorum, you could go like volcanoes if you want to learn the flame law, if you want to learn ancient swords, to learn the sword law. If you want to learn frozen, you go ice, you know what I mean, that type of stuff. Experiences using related techniques in battle build. So let's say you're using an ice technique and you crip someone using the ice technique, it will improve your ice law. Relics, rare items that give insight or boost learning. Secret realms, example the frozen hellscape, you could learn ice law better in the frozen, you know what I mean. Each law has levels of mastery, increases power and unlock titles. So internal insight, basic bass, 10% fire damage. Minor comprehension, you unlock a special visual aura effect. Major, allows you to modify abilities, example flame abilities leave burning zones. Perfect, grants you a law title, the king of hellfire, sword of eternal edge, etc. Alright, next is law domain. You need to reach the Ascension soul level to unlock this, which corresponds to this 1,000, 5,000. Alright, so how it works: unlocks your law domain, an area where your law empowers you and suppresses enemy. It's basically like JJK. Once you hit perfect insight and you're at the Ascension soul, you need to reach perfect insight before you could use a domain. You can unlock domain, example the flame domain, hellfire prison. A blazing ram surrounds you. All enemies inside take burning damage over time. Fire techniques are boosted. You can ignite the air, creating explosions around enemies. Visual lava cracks on the floor, ember particles in the sky. Example ice domain. Movement of enemies is slowed. Attacks can freeze time briefly. Techniques like ice spear create shockwaves. Example sword domain, world splitter. Sword techniques gain massive AoEs. Your sword intense slashes from afar. Auto counter melee attacks. Upon reaching tier 4 perfect insight, players gain a law title like King of Hellfire, Blade Saint of the Sky, Abyss Sovereign, Eternal Trust. Those titles show next to a player's name. Grants a small passive buff, 10% reduce cooldowns on law techniques. Unlock hidden dialogues or quests in the world. Players can freely pursue multiple laws, but only one domain can be activated unless you get a mythical relic. This is kind of like a little spoiler, you know what I mean. If you could get like a mythic relic, you could use like more than one domain at once, you know what I mean. Just showing you a little bit. Goal and start comprehending laws. Ascension soul, unlock law domains and become a true law wielder. Domains, higher tier combat customization, law titles, unique progression and identity. System ties into combat quests, even karma and fate. Example, a kingdom may worship the sword scene. By bloodlines. After this I'll just skip this one and just do spirit sense, then I'll end it off. Alright, players can be born with or later acquire rare bloodlines, ancient power title, legendary beings, giants, dragons, spirits, demons, beasts. These change your character stats, abilities and appearances, and even how the world responds to you. How to get bloodline. Starting trait, rare. 10 to 20% of new players okay, so player may randomly spawn with a minor tier bloodline. Affects early game identity and playstyle. Inherited legacy, true quests, special items or reaching high karma. Example, completing an ancient child grants you the blood of the forgotten phoenix. Stolen or transferred, demonic cultivators or blood alchemists can extract a weakened version of another player's bloodline through PvP or NPC. Bloodlines can be passed on to disciples or descendants. So let's say you and your friend made a clan, you want to be like the Phoenix clan. You could like take some of your bloodline, you could like give it to him, that type of stuff. Mutation, some secret realms or forbidden items mutate your bloodline. Example, fire, abyssal fire dragon. Bloodline tiers and power scaling. Each bloodline has a percentage rating of 0% to 100%, showing how much of that lineage powers you will unlock. This through meditation combat to your bloodline. So 0 to 10% physical change, eye glows, your aura, minor buff. 11 to 30 passive buff, you get like HP, key, strength. 30 to 60 you unlock unite bloodline skills. 60 to 90 transformation trait, you grow taller as a giant, wings from a dragon. 91 to 100 massive transformation plus bloodline domain skill. Example, so Blood of the Giant Titan. Character grows 10 to 20% larger, stone-like skin, heavy footsteps, buffs, massive HP slash defense, ground shaking attack, skill, Titan's Roar, knock enemies away and stun them. Domain, Skybreaker form, summons a giant phantom clone to fight beside you. Dragonic blood. And it's like the difference be like fire, the storm or ice. Dragon horns, elemental markings, dragon eyes, buffs, elemental resistance, key, breath type, skill, dragon breath, wing slam, flight roar that weakens enemy. They're showing like different stuff like sword spirit bloodline. They're just like showing you stuff you could do. Alright, bloodline theft, and I also thought of like a protection system. Demonic cultivators can perform rituals on NPCs to drain a small 1 to 5%. Like, I don't want to be like too much to say like you could like take someone's whole bloodline, and this can only be done on players with more than 30% bloodline. So you'll be fighting someone who actually have like buffs and stuff, so it'll be much harder to like take this stuff. Bloodline scanning. High level crafters can create seals that hide or protect bloodlines from being sensed. Right, so I'm giving a way for players to protect themselves, and there's also going to be scanners, rare treasures that let you detect players with rare lineage nearby. So basically a relic where you could like find. This is basically just like telling you like some stuff on like what you're gonna do, like stuff you unlock. What that's not important. Spirit sense. Spirit sense is an awakened perception ability that unlocks upon reaching the foundation realm. It functions as a dynamic minimap overlay with awake awareness field, similar to observation hacking in One Piece or Spider Sense meets P. Right? It reflects the user's soul power, mental focus, and cultivation level, and becomes a vital tool for tracking enemies or hidden monsters, detecting stealth techniques and illusion, evading sneak attacks or ambushes, navigating visible traps or cursed terrain, feeling powerful presence or loot signatures. Cultivators who step into the foundation realm begin to awaken their spirit sea. Their mind, sharpened by ki and soul fusion, projects outwards like a radar sweeping through the world. Some call this the third eye. Bloodline influence, spirit beast lineage, stronger range. Technique influence, unique third eye techniques, the all-seeing mind, spider thread pulse, grand special detection. Like you could read this if you want, but this is how it like. Detection radius, the range at which entities can be seen. Clarity, how accurately entities are displayed. Blurry at low level. Focus refresh, how quickly it recharges after being overwhelmed or overused. Ability to detect hidden or cloaked players. So growth path, realm 50 meters, see strong NPCs. Extra perk, limited illusion detection, can distinguish power levels, track feelings. Narcian, so 250 meters, detect hostile, predict ambush direction. 500 meters, full map layer and 3D sense, see future attacks, bypass spiritual club. Perception, increase detection rates. Truth say, see through visual illusions or mimicry. Intent mirror, detect hostile intentions from players and NPCs. Battle precognition, slight slow motion effects during combat. Spiritual pulse, sends out a sonar like blast that marks entities. And I mean, so it's pretty useful, and that's basically it for what I want to share right now. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. This is like stuff that will be in the game. If you have anything that